Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning to you. It is time for Coffee In on ONAM and FM, Friday morning, October 11th, the Friday of Autumn Fest. Woo, right here in the city of Woonsocket. I'm Joe Callahan at the Coffee In table right now. Dave Richards is here. Good morning, Dave. Yes, there you are.
I had to be somewhere.
Steve Laramie is here.
Hey!
Who? Just kidding, Steve.
Exactly.
One of my favorite
That's the way
people.
it should be.
Autumn Fest Vice Chair and Entertainment Coordinator of Autumn Fest. We'll be talking about the entertainment on the main stage this year, and we'll get to Steve in just a minute. But this first segment of Coffee In is sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah,
What do you know,
before
Dave, about the chamber?
Before I do the message while it's coming up, because I was silly and I shut down my computer, so I have to turn it back on and get that up in front of me. Let me just take this moment over here to address the guy on my left over here, Steve Laramie, and just thank you publicly for your conscientious assistance and your hard work in making sure that our broadcast, radio and TV, is going to be stellar this weekend of Autumn Fest 24. You didn't have to be so nice. Is the title of a song from the Love and Spoonful, right?
Okay.
You didn't have to be so nice. But we really appreciate your thoughtfulness, seriously. And I just want to thank you publicly for that, because we're not going to get a chance later. We're going to be too busy.
Well,
You know what
what,
I'm saying?
Dave? You guys are important to Autumn Fest, and I'm a little rough on the exterior, but I'll tell you what. At the end of the day, we try to make everybody happy and give everybody the best that we can, and you guys are definitely part of the family.
Well, thank you very much. I was having some fun yesterday when we were setting up the truck, because people kept coming over and kept talking about the first Autumn Fest. How many Autumn Fests have you been at? How many are this? Well, this will be 46. And they said,
You win.
"Oh, you were here at the first one?" Yeah, I was broadcasting at the very first one. And they said, "Really? How was it set up?" And I says, "Right over there was the stage, and we were right over there where those benches are." The benches weren't there back then, and neither was the light standard. And and they go, "Oh, really? Tell us, Grandpa."
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the message for the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Lots of fun during Autumn Fest. And if you were a member of the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, you would have heard from the Boys and Girls Club of Northern Rhode Island and their special Making a Difference celebration. And that's coming up on the 24th of October. There's the list of activities that you would have received in your email inbox. And there you would have read about the Bold in Business breakfast, which is coming up next, let's see, 15, there's Thursday that's the 17th, right, Joe?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, from 8:30 to 10 at Bryant University. You could have just clicked on the little box over there and registered for it, if you remember. Fireside chat with Brooke Cooper. She's Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Worcester Red Sox, a firm that you've heard of.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So Joe's heard of them. And like, as a matter of fact, you used to visit them.
Often.
Quite often, yes. Most all the home games. And so that's coming up next Thursday, the 17th of October. Then coming up in November, the Welcome Wednesday Small Business Roundtable on November the 6th. That's the day after the election. You could probably use a break after that. Eggs and Issues Breakfast with Douglas Alexander, Director of the Institute of Cybersecurity. I'll say that again, Cybersecurity and Emerging Technologies at Rhode Island College, Joe's alum. All right, and that's at Kirkbrake Country Club, the networking pop-up Phantom Farms Brewery on the 20th, and, of course, the big expo coming up, which is the Holiday Open House, December the 3rd. The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, because business matters, Joel.
Very good there, Dave. Okay, getting into the entertainment schedule for Autumn Fest. That's why Steve is here. So things begin tonight. I mean, Harvest Garden is open, and Northeast Groove is going to play in there this evening. And the rides will be up and running tonight, 6 to 10. It's wristband night, so come on down.
And there's more rides than before.
How do we squeeze them in, Steve?
Because they've expanded,
okay.
Not just on the northern side of where the splash park is, but also over the bridge and into the big area where the tennis courts used to be.
Yeah.
That's our Kids Fest area, Dave, and you're absolutely right. Joe
And so the
Finelli
kid
from-
rides are there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we're trying to do a little something different with Kids Fest. We're trying to cater to the younger audience. And Finelli from Finelli's Amusement does such a great job. They're another good partner with us. They've been with us forever.
And us too.
And-
They've got TV ads on all weekend.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. And you know, they're stepping up their game to help us put out the best Autumn Fest that we can for the community. So they, you know, even though they're not part of us or part of our community, they do take some ownership.
They have to move from community to community, but they love us.
Yeah, no, but you know what? They really do. They do their best to give us their best, and that's all you can really ask of people at the end of the day. And Joe Finelli and the Finelli Entertainment does an awesome job helping us out. So yeah, he's got a lot of few new rides, and he's taking space, and you know we got to get things around that park. So you know we it's symbiotic. We try to work together the best we can, and he does great.
So on Saturday, everything entertainment-wise starts at 11 in the morning when we have the Army Brass Band.
Yes. So
Where are they from?
This is they're actually out of Fall
The Army.
River.
The Army, Joe.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, they're out of Fall River. They're called the Minutemen, and they're the governor's actual band. So, governor of Massachusetts. So
Wow.
they're coming this year, and they're going to open ceremonies for us. So get there early. They're going to do some regular standards, and it's very patriotic, and they're going to bring us right into our national anthem. And then we're going to do the opening ceremonies right after that.
Right at noontime,
So
okay.
we really do appreciate the Army Band for giving us, you know, their effort in time, because it's a big movement for them too. So we really appreciate that, and that's friends of Autumn Fest hooked us up with them and got them to commit to us. So that was great.
All right, I know Steve has had a last-minute cancellation for right after opening ceremonies. Have you secured an entertainer of some sort from the 12:45 to 1:30 slot on Saturday?
We're gonna give a big shout out right now
cancellation.
to Adam Go.
Okay.
Adam, go.
We know Adam.
Adam's gonna, and I told him last night. I says, you know what? He's gonna take his doobie star that I'm gonna give him, and I told him he can put it on his wall because he's stepping up and he's hooking us up. We had a late
Excellent.
cancellation,
Yep.
and it's really hard, you know, to find somebody at the last minute to try to fill it, but we do our best. And Adam Go really stepped up for us this year, and he's gonna perform for you.
All right, so that's great. He'll be on from 12:45 to 1:30. At 1:30, an Autumnfest staple will be in.
75 years, Krylo Dance Studio has been in business.
Wow.
So we're going to give them a little nod this year, and you know, give them a little verbiage, Joe, on the stage, because you know that's exciting. And you know, we love our dance teams, and we welcome them back. So
All right. After Krylo, another Autumnfest staple will be on stage from 2:15 to 2:45.
Kim Oakes, Kim.
Oh, she's been around for
Kim
years now.
I'm going
Yeah.
to tell you, as long as I'm going to do entertainment,
She's
Kim
in.
is going to be on the lineup, because I'll tell you what, not only is she a good entertainer, but she is a great person.
Yep.
And that is enough for me.
Excellent.
And she's local.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after Kim Oakes, we go to the back of the stage and we bring in our first big rock band, Amber Rose and the Renegades.
Okay, so this is a little selfishness on my part, but Amber Rose and the Renegades. Amber Rose is probably one of the best female singers I've ever heard. I love her voice, and she's got power. The reason I brought them back this year is because last year they were playing and it was raining, and I don't believe my Autumn Fest crowd really got to enjoy
Enough people heard of them.
Amber Rose and the Renegades last
Okay.
year. So they're back again, because I just think everybody needs to be exposed to them a little bit more.
All right, great. When they're done around 4:30, that's when we bring up Judy Sullivan and some of the Autumn Fest people for audience participation time.
That was so much fun.
Listen, Minute to Win It is
It's a blast.
it is fun, but I'm going to tell you, you know, a little selfishness to that too is I think our committee probably has more fun than the audience. And you know what? We work really hard, and it's a good way for us to blow off a little steam
relaxation,
and to, you know, have a little bit of incorporation with the audience. And I think we enjoy it just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
And it's great memories, by the way, because there used to be stuff like this when I was growing up on local TV shows. Like, for instance, they had shows, they had little physical challenges and things like that before they got really stupid and, had, people,
Hurting
hurting themselves, right. But anyway, this reminds me of, like, when Bozo the Clown, who had live kids in his audience, or Salty Brian, who had live kids in the audience in the TV studio on their local shows, they would put together little games and stuff like that for the kids to participate in. And
I'll tell you, Dave,
and Minute to Win It is very much like that.
And I'm going to tell you, believe it or not, some of these kids are going to remember coming up on a stage in front of a
great
crowd
memories.
for the rest of their life.
Yep.
It's just a moment, and to us, it's just a fleeting moment and it's gone.
Sure.
But I can remember things when I was a child that really affected me in certain ways, and I think a lot of these kids are going to have those memories.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. We do this so the community can come together and actually have a common bond.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when Minute to Win It is done, that goes for about a half an hour, so around 5 o'clock, right here from in Northern Rhode Island, everyone's favorite Doors tribute band. Through
Again,
the Doors.
I'm going to give you a little bit of Steve Laramie selfishness. Every single year, I put somebody on that stage for me.
Okay,
And this year, it's
Through the Doors.
Through the Doors. I'm sorry, but I do a lot of work putting this thing together.
Yeah.
I have to enjoy myself as well.
We have set up a special interview with the lead singer
With Ernie?
of Through the Doors.
Ernie Potter? Is that
Well,
right?
no, Gabe.
There's two.
Oh, there's two?
Gabe,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Gabe Jolliker.
Okay.
Ernie's busy. He doesn't do interviews. But Gabe Jolliker. So we have ahead of time, weeks ago, set up an interview with him ahead of time, which we're going to tape.
Nice.
And put it on the air just before they go on the on stage.
Oh, great.
And so you get a chance to do a little. I wish we could do that for all the bands.
Sure.
But you know what it's like there
Logistically.
You're
backstage.
not around either.
Right. They're in the green room. They're eating. They're cussing out their guitar or whatever they're doing before they go on stage. And you would be an intrusion if you went in there and tried to do interviews with them ahead of time. But Gabe, I know personally since he was a little boy, and I said, "Hey, can we do this?" And he said, "Oh yeah, sure."
All right. And through
Besides, he
the
doesn't have an instrument to worry about, just a handkerchief.
Through the Doors will go from 5 to 6:30. That'll be followed in a front of the stage act, 6:30 to 7:30. Keith Denton. What does Keith do, Steve?
Keith is a keyboard player. And actually, you guys are going to see Keith playing with the band Amber Rose and the Renegades.
Oh.
He's going to stick around a little bit after his set with them, and he's going to entertain us while we're setting up for...
The big headline act for Saturday night. Let me tell you, Steve, because I'm the guy that answers the Autumn Fest cell phone. I do
That's
the
right.
short
You're the
straw.
PR guy.
But anyway, I'm getting more calls from people who are asking. The first thing they say is, "How much is it to get in?" Because I can't wait to see Joshua Tree, the U2 tribute. And when I tell them it's free, man, they're ecstatic.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's free? It is free to get into the park.
Absolutely.
You want to buy food, you can go on the rides, that's where the money goes.
Yep.
But if you want to come in and see the band, it is free. We are going to be there.
And can I just interject that you've got you got lots of nice, charming local folks, because that's what Autumn Fest is all about. And you also bring in a tribute band like this one here, and it is going to be an experience that is going to be the kind of experience that you would pay $50 or $75 for to see in a place like PPAC or something else like that. You really will, because I saw what the rigging they're putting up on the new stage that we have at Autumn Fest, and I'm just telling you, it's going to be with the lights and all the rest of that stuff. It's first class,
I'm going to tell you
and the
this,
sound system.
that what people don't understand, and when I book all these bands, so I talk to them and I explain them what we have, and everyone thinks we're just this nice little local festival, and you plug your
That's our roots.
right, you plug it into an amp and you play off your amp.
But we grew up.
Oh, New England Live Audio. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
we
Brandon.
probably have Brandon and Company. We probably have some of, if not the best sound equipment available.
Yes.
And I tell everybody, you think you sound good at your own PA or at your club you play
Where
or
this
whatever.
happens,
I said, you are never going to sound as good as you sound on the Autumn Fest stage because of New England Live Audio.
Right.
So,
Steve, where's the Joshua Tree from?
well, they're out of Boston, which is
Okay.
great because that technically makes them a local band for us.
Yeah.
But you know what? They are New England's premier U2 tribute band, and they play the whole album of Joshua Tree. So they give you an experience of U2. If you're a U2 fan or not, because I'm not even really a U2 fan. I'm a casual. I know their music
That's
and
right.
everything.
Well, the people
But
will
I'm
recognize
telling
all
you,
the tunes. We play them
absolutely.
here.
That's the key, right? So even you don't have to be a hardcore U2 fan
Right.
to go there and go, oh my God, I know that one.
Yep.
And you're gonna know every song they play.
Sure.
And you're gonna say, wow, this was great. And they are fantastic. I'll just give it. Well, Sue, was it awesome, Joe?
It was awesome.
Awesome.
That was your quote in the,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
Blacksburg Valley Call
right.
Times
I don't want
yesterday.
to get that straight.
All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program, talking more about entertainment with Steve at Autumn Fest coming up. But this segment of Autumn Fest, this segment of Coffee and has been sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Dave?
334-1000. That's the telephone number. Call after 9 o'clock. You don't answer the phone until after 9 because it's a 9 to 5 business, the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, where business matters.
When it comes to emergency service for plumbing and heating, you can't beat C.J. Nemus, 37 Corey Street in Woonsocket. C.J. Nemus offers over 15 years of experience and is licensed in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts. C.J. Nemus offers complete heating system service, plumbing, water heaters, plus drain and sewer cleaning. Remember that senior citizens receive a 10% discount. So give Charlie a call today at C.J. Nemus, 769-4776. They're registered with the Better Business Bureau. They're a master plumber with quality service. It's the only way and the best way. With C.J. Nemus, call today, 769-4776 for C.J. Nemus.
Are you looking for solutions to meet your business banking needs? At Milford Federal, the longest standing community bank in the area, they offer customized solutions for commercial lending, cash management, online banking, and payment processing services. Their business banking team is committed to the growth and success of your business with local decision making and a relationship-based approach. Let Milford Federal be your banking partner. Visit them at milfordfederal.com today. Milford Federal Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and MLS number 465956.
The Coffee and panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Radio.
Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. This is Joe Callahan with
And
Dave
this is
Richards.
Dave Richards.
And Steve Laramie is here.
Right over there.
Fest, Vice Chair and Entertainment Coordinator. All right, moving on to Sunday. Things kick off at noontime on the main stage. Before we get to that, how about the new stage? Pretty impressive, huh?
I'm going to tell you what, this new stage, and you're all going to bear with us because it's so much more than we're used to.
Yeah.
We don't know how we're going to utilize it properly and
best.
how it's going to work.
Yeah.
It got finished right at the nick of time, so we haven't had a lot of chance to decide how things are going to run, how it's going to set up.
There are no dress
But-
rehearsals.
No,
Autumn Fest,
but we're
this is
going to
dress
run
rehearsal.
it. We're going to run it, and I'm telling you, it's going to be fantastic. That stage is unbelievable, and the city did a hell of a job for Autumn Fest, and just for the city in general, what
Yeah.
that's going to use. But it just stepped us up, our performance and our presentation, unbelievably. So bear with us. This
Yes.
is the growing pains year, but we will tweak and we'll adjust, and it
You'll
will be
be-
fine-tuned next year.
But you'll be
this year,
impressed with
it's-
it.
Oh, yeah. You're already going to be impressed when you see it
see
the
it.
way it is.
Okay.
Wait till we got a year under our belt.
So starting on noon on the Sunday, first band up, Getaway Rocks.
Getaway Rocks, local rock band, and so I allow people every year to give me feedback. And when they give me feedback, I say, you know what, that's no good, or that's not right, that's not enough. Tell me who you want. Tell me what I can do for you. You know, because this is an audience participation, right? We want the audience and we want the community to come back and tell me who to bring on. So this is a band that a friend of Autumn Fest has requested,
Okay.
and they sent them our way. So I'm going to give them a shot. I'm going to put them on. Local
right.
cover, rock and roll music. You know, it's good old.
Well, that works. I can tell you
Americana.
from working with the Levitt concerts all summertime, that local cover bands, boy, they rock.
All right, starting at 1:30 on Sunday, we bring back Judy Sullivan and some of the Autumn Fest committee for Minute to Win It again because it's a lot of fun, and they have different. They'll be doing different activities.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, guys, that Minute to Win It in the front of the stage, they give us two real things to do. Because we have a lot of moving parts behind the curtain.
Of course.
So we need fillers to put in the front of the stage, and that's why you see things like Minute to Win It or dance teams
Right.
or whatever.
It's called a front act.
Absolutely.
In
And
front
we
of the
do
curtain.
that because we're setting up for what comes later.
Right. So after Minute to Win at this time, at 2 o'clock, we get the Sammy Vaughan Praise and Worship Dance Team.
Yep. Every year they come. Our partners are friends over at St. James.
Sure.
They more than welcome to come and dance on our stage
Make
as
you
well.
feel good.
Absolutely. You know, and again, it's community driven and it's propping up your community.
Now, did the dance teams realize it's a concrete stage this year as opposed to the wooden stage we had last year?
You might have to
does that mean
spread
they have,
out a little rosin
Well,
on the floor.
or does that mean they have to bring their own floor?
Nope. We are putting Marley down. Any
What's
dance-
Marley?
See, that's what
I
I,
don't
say.
know.
Or no, anybody who does any kind of dance knows what Marley is. Marley is a polymer-based floor that you roll out on top of it, and it's got a little bit of
Grip
thickness, and it's got not grip. It's got a little bit of thickness, and it allows them to dance on it, where it's a little bit of give, so the
Give,
cement
okay.
don't.
Okay, good.
It's not really. It's not what you think. It's almost like rolled plastic.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, it works.
It works.
So this is we're having it professionally installed today, so they can run it
You're going to be there all weekend?
all weekend. We're absolutely. You set it up
And leave it.
You leave it, and then you pull it up at the end of the show, and they take it with them.
And it won't bother the other acts.
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
perfect. After Sammy Vaughan, Praise and Worship Team, while they were on stage, behind the stage, getting set up, is an act that everyone loves. Viva Las Elvis.
Let me tell you about our Elvis. So our Elvis goes to New York every year on this weekend, and he participates in a New England or actually
Coast?
East
Or
Coast,
Northeast.
East Coast Elvis, and he wins all the time. And we are lucky enough that he is from right here in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Ah.
So on his way home, you'll see that he always plays Autumn Fest at this time because this is his travel schedule. So when he sends and he leaves New York and he heads back here, he literally stops by.
perfect.
And he performs for us. But this year, he's not just coming alone. You know, the last couple of years, he's grown from a 4-piece band,
Right.
Yeah.
a backup singer,
Right.
you know, and now he's got a 5-piece band. And this year, he's coming with 10. He's got a full brass section.
Wow.
I'm telling you, this is a Las Vegas quality Elvis act. And I'm not even, when I say that, it's not hyperbole. He is a guy that could play Las Vegas, and he's that good. And you're getting him. Again, how much, Joe?
Free.
Yeah, exactly.
Day and time? Day and time?
That's at 2:30.
Yep.
2:30
on Sunday.
on Sunday,
for
right.
for Elvis, and he's a great act. We had him here a couple of years ago, and everyone loves him, and he does a great job, and he's got a great voice. After Elvis this year at 4 o'clock, in the front of the stage, right here from Northern Rhode Island, Charlie Marie.
Absolutely. So, Charlie Marie is, you know, she's synonymous with Autumn Fest, right? I guess you can go back to when she was a child doing the
remember her
national
name,
anthem.
8 years old, up on the Autumn Fest stage.
Yeah.
She's gotten herself. She was in Levitt this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? And she's
Performed live
local.
at Levitt, yeah.
And what voice quality? I'm telling
Yeah.
you, I'm not a country fan. I'm really
Yeah,
not.
but she sells it.
And she is awesome, and you
Yeah.
guys are gonna love her.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's another thing. You're taking local people, you're putting them on our stage, and you're exposing them to things. And she's been to Nashville. She
Yeah.
plays with Vince Gill. She's got the chops.
All right. After Charlie Marie, we've got Josh Kerwin from 5:30 to 6:30 on Sunday. What does Josh play?
Josh is another
Keyboardist.
keyboardist, and
okay.
he is.
Very,
He's my favorite. I'm not. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. Josh is so great at entertaining people.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal. And it's him and his keyboard.
Right.
And he's got snot to him. You know what I mean? He does. He'll sit there and he'll cut you to the quick while he's playing and entertaining you with a smile. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's great.
He is entertaining.
Another guy
Levitt.
who we brought in at Levitt.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he was at Levitt, and boy, they couldn't get enough of him.
Yeah, he's
he sets up
entertaining.
nicely with his keyboard. He comes out, he's a little nebbish and stuff. And then when he starts
Then he
going
starts
at it,
in.
you can't leave.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. And while Josh is on the stage, behind the stage, we'll be doing the setup and we'll be doing the sound check when Josh is done for our headline band on Sunday night, Sons of Skinnerd, SOS, Leonard Skinner Tribute Band.
Here is another, like you say, band that you could see play P-Pack. If anyone knows, it's a little-known guy called Artemis Pyle. The members of Skinner, Sons of Skinner, actually are touring. They're tour with Leonard Skinner. They play with Artemis Pyle. They're like part of Artemis Pyle's touring band on his own.
Wow.
So these people are intertwined with Leonard Skinner as a band, and they come with 8 people.
Yeah.
3 full guitar lines in the front. I mean, you're going to see a Leonard Skinner show. Mm-hmm. They got female vocals. They got the female backups. It's full. I mean, when they get here, Woonsocket, pull your pants
Get
up
ready.
because this thing is going to blow on Sunday night. It's going to blow.
And where are these guys? Where's the band from?
They're out of New York.
New York. Okay.
Yep.
And after Sons of Skinner,
It's
Fireworks.
Fireworks
on Sunday
in the
nights.
sky.
Fireworks. Listen, the fireworks are going to start at 7 o'clock or about 7:15, 7:20.
With the band.
With the band, because they're going to kick off the fireworks.
You
Actually,
had me going there for a minute,
no,
Steve.
I'm gonna tell you why I had to put 7 o'clock and not 7:30 like normal.
Yeah.
Because when I was talking to the band, I had to explain to them how we do not have encores,
No encores,
on Sunday night. And I did not want them to think at 9 o'clock they were going to come out and redo Freebird or something.
right.
You know what I mean?
For half
and
an hour.
Exactly. I said, we have a hard stop at 9 o'clock. So I said, if you guys want to go on at 7, 7:10, 7:20, 7:15,
Right, yeah.
we're going to get your sound ready at 7. You tell me how your set lines out so we can end at 9 o'clock. And they said,
And
"Not
they're
a
good with
problem,
it?
Steve."
Excellent. So when the fireworks wrap up, that'll wrap it up for the entertainment for Sunday night. Then we come back on Monday. Of course, we have the 10 Division Parade that kicks off at 9:30 in the morning.
Things are getting exciting for Tom Gray and that.
It sure is.
I see all the emails going back and forth and stuff like
Matter
that.
of fact, when I saw him last night, I think he was gray.
And I'll tell you, just a little as a personal thing, because they're listening on our channels. The WON banner will be leading the 4th Division, and leading the 4th Division we'll have Steve Peluso. We believe it's going to be in a nice powder blue Cadillac convertible.
Cool.
Or maybe one of his other classic cars. Cruisin' Bruce Palmer will be there with one of his cars, and he told me, he says, Dave, I can't tell you which one. He says it depends on which one starts up.
You never know.
Sort of like how I feel in the morning.
Exactly. And Eddie Hardmott's going to be there along with Marie
Uh-huh.
in that AMC, that beautiful blue AMC he bought brand new on Social Street back when it came out in 1971, I think it was.
Still runs.
And it still runs beautiful, and I think Steve Peluso wrenches it for him. So anyway, so we have the 3 classic cars right behind the banner over there. I just want to give them a little plug.
Absolutely.
All right, when the parade wraps up on Social Street, right in front of Autumn Fest World War II Park, we'll have the first act coming up on the stage, the main stage, at 12:30. Back again for another year. This might be their 3rd or 4th year in a row. School of Rock.
I love
They
so
are
great. They are
popular.
so
I'm going
much
to tell you
fun.
why. This is our next generation of local rock bands cover.
Yeah.
We had what was the ladies, the girl's name who went to American Idol this year.
Yeah.
I can picture. I
She
can't
was,
remember her name.
she was in the local band Platinum Thrill.
Oh, I'm thrilled. That's right.
Oh, you're talking about Amanda.
Amanda. Yes.
Amanda. Yep.
Yep.
She
She
went
started
to
with
American
this.
Idol. She is a graduate from the School of Rock.
Yeah.
And these kids, look at this year. I got them on for an hour and a half. Why? Normally they're just an hour.
Yeah.
But I can't get these kids off the stage in an hour. You got to see me on the side of the stage. I'm pulling my hair out.
And they take turns. They take turns. They switch instruments.
switch
absolutely.
But they play
It's so
good pop
cool.
songs.
And they're very entertaining. And you know what? They're kids.
Yeah.
You know what? And it's let's give them back what they're giving us, because you got to build you got to build their confidence.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And as soon as the parade is over, we pack up the truck really fast and we drive through the back streets. And Steve, you're instrumental in getting us back into the park while the parade is still passing by the Social Street entrance. We're coming in the back door to Autumn Fest.
Absolutely.
And putting the truck back in and hooking back up so that we can put them on the air.
Without a doubt. And Dave, you guys, like I said, it's like a fine wine. We got this thing rolling pretty good.
I think we do.
After School of Rock, we bring back Judy and the gang with another version of Minute to Win It.
Yep.
More
Nice.
audience participation. That'll be fun. And then at 2:30 from 4, I believe this band is they're making their first appearance
They
at
are.
Autumn Fest. Whiskey Nights. Where are they? They're
They
local?
are out of Woonsocket, Rhode Island.
No Oh, kidding. all right.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, persistency pays off.
How long have they been calling you?
I'm going to tell you, I probably had 150 submissions from this band to me. And persistency pays off, because when I'm at the end of the day, when I'm filling in and I'm
Yep.
you know,
Putting things together.
and I go back through my emails and I start winding things up, it's bang, bang, bang. You know what? Whiskey Nights is playing, so they're going.
All right.
And what do they do?
They are a cover rock and roll
Yeah,
band.
good.
They're gonna do a lot of 70s, 80s, 90s. You know,
Nice.
good entertainment.
At 4 o'clock, that's when we're planning on having our closing ceremonies for Autumn Fest. But we got one more band
And the
afterwards.
drawings.
And the drawings.
For the split the pot you can buy at the ONTV
the
truck.
buttons,
and
the split the pot,
buttons,
the
right.
calendars. No, not the calendars.
No, the calendars
That's for
no,
November.
later.
Okay, and then we have one more band for you, a perennial favorite. They're playing tonight in the Harvest Garden, and they close out Autumn Fest for us, Northeast Groove.
Northeast Groove, you know, Dave Drew and the crew.
Yep.
Thank
He's
you.
gotten
thank
a little press recently.
A little bit, yeah.
This is going to be
With
his
the story and
primary
stuff.
job after a while.
just about.
Northeast Groove, but he's up there playing the drums,
Yep.
making sure everything works out great. It's good to see him.
All right, Steve, that wraps it up for the entertainment for this year. Looks like a great lineup. Looking forward to being up on
Well
stage
done,
with
Steve.
you and introducing the acts. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you, thank you. I will see you all at Autumn Fest.
Very good. We're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program. More coming up. Rich Lane is here. It's time for the forecast being brought to you by Progressive Insurance.
Sunny skies today with a high of 67 degrees and a breeze from the west. Tonight, mostly clear skies, overnight low of 51. Saturday's weather, sunshine and 70 degrees. Sunday, some clouds coming in, a chance of a shower late in the day, mostly cloudy, high near 58. Columbus Day Monday, a shower or two early in the morning, mostly cloudy skies, 63. Tuesday, sunshine and 55. Wednesday, sunshine and 54. And Thursday, sunshine and 58 degrees.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, sunny skies and 46 degrees. Your small business keeps you on the go. Progressive Commercial Insurance keeps your policy within reach with their easy-to-use mobile app. Learn more at progressivecommercial.com.
Wow, can you believe Gators Pub is celebrating its 35th year in business? Maybe the key to Gators' success is our super friendly staff. Or maybe the fact that the chefs at Gators are constantly making some of the freshest and most delicious dishes around. If you've never been, come on down and check out our great lunch specials from Monday through Thursday. They also offer complimentary soup during lunch. Watch the Boston Red Sox on one of our many TVs while enjoying classic apps like fresh potato skins or our famous pita chips. Come watch a volleyball game and have a burger or one of our newest cocktail creations. Gators is located on Route 102 in North Smithfield, about 1 mile before Wright's Chicken Farm. Come say hello.
Welcome to Autumn Fest. This is John Ward, candidate for mayor of Woonsocket. Please join me at World War II Veterans Memorial Park this Columbus Day weekend. Come down to enjoy all the great entertainment. Visit the fabulous food court, where I'll be making doughboys every afternoon from 2 to 6. Of course, don't miss the great parade on Monday, and make sure to try out all the amusements. So join me at Autumn Fest this Columbus Day weekend. Thank you. Paid for, Friends of John Ward.
This portion of the Coffee and program is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
It's Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan. And Rich Lane is joining us on the Coffee and Table from American Legion Post 85. Good morning, Rich.
Good morning, Joe.
And before we talk to Rich, on the phone with us, he's been joining us all week long about this time, is Dan Rondo. He is the owner of Travel Advisors International here in Cumberland, but also in Tampa, and he went through the storm. Good morning to you, Dan.
Hey, good morning, Joe. Good morning, friends. Sorry I missed calling you yesterday. I was in transition from trying to get back to my home in downtown Tampa.
That was going to be my first question: is when were they going to let people back to Tampa? And I guess it's already happened.
Well, it was actually around 3:30 or so yesterday when the official word came out that, hey, you can go back home. But I checked the flood maps and checked my area, and I have friends who actually stayed downtown, did not evacuate.
Wow.
Never lost power. The area that I'm in, honestly, just very lucky. Just real lucky. Right across from the Tampa General Hospital, and just very lucky to not lose power, and also very lucky to have an east wind. You know, the bay did not flood with this storm because we were north of Hurricane Milton, and being north,
yes, that's right.
East wind, the wind was pushing out the bay instead of pushing in. The only reason. So
Very.
basically, just so you know, about 66 miles, driving miles, north of Siesta Key, where Milton went in, is where I am.
Okay.
I think it's about 47 or so nautical miles. be able to fly it.
All right. Well, I'm glad you made it through okay. Everything okay with your home in Tampa as well?
Yeah, again, surprisingly, I'm very happy. The thing is, I'm sure everybody watched the news like a hawk. It's been all over every major network. It was almost a tornado.
Well, that's it. That was the next question. It seems like the tornadoes did more damage than the hurricane.
I have friends over in the Vero Beach area who basically have lost their condos, lost their homes because of tornado. Now, Vero Beach is the opposite side of the state. They're on the East Coast.
Wow.
We're near where the hurricane came in.
Yeah.
I think yesterday it was reported that we had the most hurricane warnings in one day ever in the state of Florida.
Okay.
It was all day long. It was not yesterday, but during the hurricane hours.
Yep.
Wednesday evening. It just kept going on all night, the tornado warnings, alarms on our phones all night long. It was really incredible.
The news we were getting up here is they said at least 45 confirmed tornadoes. Are you hearing more because you're down there in Florida?
Yeah, I don't think any more. I think maybe actually a little bit less possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I think 125 warnings.
Wow.
At least well over 100 warnings. But
Yep.
the confirmed number, I think it was less than 50. But they're devastating. And
Yes.
that just pops up out of nowhere, and you have no time to react. Where with the hurricane coming in, you see coming in for a few days, and you can leave and go inland and get to a higher ground.
Okay.
Tornado is a different story.
Did you see any tornadoes at all?
No, not where I am. Because it's kind of interesting. If you look at where the Tampa Bay area ends, towards Lakeland and stuff, there was no tornado warnings over here. I think most of the warnings were over on the east coast of Florida. I think maybe some south, maybe Naples, but everything was on the east. But it didn't matter. Our phones the phones kept rattling off. There's a warning. We had plenty of also flood warnings. We were every half hour there was a flood warning. It was a flash flood warning because the rain was just intense.
What are you hearing about the airports, Dan? Have they reopened?
Yeah, I think everybody's open. I'm not quite sure about St. Pete. Double check on St. Pete, but Tampa Airport opens actually 8 o'clock. The airport opened 37 minutes ago here in downtown Tampa.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad everything went as relatively smooth as possible for you.
Yeah, and hopefully if anybody has any family or friends down here, and hopefully they're going to be okay too. Hopefully, I think towards the beaches, yes, the Keys, St. Pete, Clearwater, and maybe towards the beaches, they're going to have power outages for some time. But I think here in the overall city of Tampa, the downtown area, I think it's going to come out okay.
Excellent. And how much is it going to cost to rebuild the roof at the stadium where the Tampa Bay Rays play?
Yeah, well, you know what, Joe? Have you been there yourself?
I've never been to that stadium. I know they're building a new one. So what are they going to do with this?
Well, yeah, that's going to take a long time. Well, so for many years, people from the north, like myself, would come down here and you used to Fenway Park and outdoor seating and enjoy the fresh air. I mean, most people don't like that stadium and are loving the fact that the roof is gone.
Now it's an outdoor stadium.
Now it's an outdoor stadium. The one is for the heat, the humidity, and the rain in the summertime. It's now a perfect stadium.
Oh, there you go.
It just got remodeled all by itself.
Perfect. All right, Dan. I'm glad you're safe. Glad everything went well, and thanks for the reports all week long. They've been very helpful.
Enjoy your weekend. I know it's a big weekend up there with
big Autumn Fest weekend. That's right.
Yeah, hopefully have some nice weather and things go well this weekend for you, Joe.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Take care. Dan Rondeau, owner of Travel Advisors International here in Cumberland and down there in Tampa, and things went well for him as he got through the storm. Amazing, Rich, how it basically turned into a tornado storm after the hurricanes.
Give me my Four Seasons. Give me New England.
That's what you want.
I don't mind a little bit of snow. That's fine.
Rich Lang from Post 85, right on River Street here in Woonsocket. Tell us what's going on at the Post, Rich.
Well, we got a little bit of stuff going on. I remember I got here a couple of weeks ago and said things are winding down, but they keep throwing stuff at me on the schedule. And so,
what's wrong with that?
No, nothing at all. What we got going on, in fact, tomorrow, Saturday, October 12th, we got a Lodge 28 of the Fraternal Order of Police are having a cornhole tournament down at the Post. Registration
Good,
is
clean fun.
That's I'll tell you what. I stand there. You can get into it a little bit, I think, by Some of these guys are pretty good.
As long as they don't throw the beanbags at each other.
There you go. No problem there. But the registration for that tomorrow afternoon starts at 4 p.m. and the bags start to fly at 5 p.m. If you got a team, it's $30 per person to play in the tournament. And like I said, you can register tomorrow at 4. That includes beer and dynamite and cash prizes for the winners and stuff. So if you want to play some cornhole tomorrow afternoon, come on down to the post with your partner, and $30 per person, get involved in the tournament. Sunday, October 13th, the following day, Bombshell Betty's is going to have their second annual end-of-season bash. If you've never been to a Bombshell Betty's event, you really should come down. They got the old cars, the period cars. There's going to be music, raffles, bunch of vendors there, and it's a pre-'80s theme, so if you want to get dressed up in the pre-'80s outfits, please do. That's going to go on Sunday, October 13th from 11 to 4. And the big day coming up, of course, is a week from this Sunday, October the 20th. We're going to do our Vietnam Veterans Dedication Ceremony at the Eternal Flame site. I've been kind of pushing this every Friday I come in for the last couple of months now, but happy to say the day's finally right around the corner. That Vietnam Veterans Dedication on Sunday, October 20th is going to start at 1 p.m. I know for sure bagpipes, 21-gun salutes. We're going to have some guest speakers. A ton of Vietnam veterans and their families are going to attend. This is going to be a very, very special day. Afterwards, everybody was talking about, what are we going to have for food afterwards? And the committee that gets together said, dynamites are a Woonsocket staple. Mm-hmm. So, and believe it or not, a lot of the people
it's
are
a
saying,
major food group here.
Yeah, you're going to have dynamites? Yeah. So we're going to be serving dynamites, and we've got a local caterer going to bring in some sandwiches and some salad and stuff. So we're going to have a little bit to eat after the dedication ceremony, but it's worth repeating. Sunday, October 20th, 1 p.m., Vietnam Vets Dedication. Going to have a wreath laying and, all that nice stuff. So, and we're also going to be calling out there was 19 killed in action in Vietnam from Woonsocket, Rhode Island. We're going to read off their names, and we're going to have a special ceremony for them. So come on down, enjoy the day. It's rain or shine, but for the sacrifice that some of these veterans made in Vietnam, I don't think a little rain should bother you if it does rain, right? So also following up, Saturday, October the 26th, 4:30 to 7, our Ladies Auxiliary down at American Legion Post 85. We're going to have the Trunk or Treat, which we do every year. I think this is either the 4th or 5th year we have it. They do an unbelievable job with the Trunk or Treat. It's a free event. It's open to the public. We are going to have, same as we had the last couple of years, this is all free. It's hot dogs, mac and cheese, nachos, popcorn, juice boxes. We say it's for the kids, but adults have come up there and wanted a couple of hot dogs. We'll be more than happy to let them have them. But the idea is...
Who doesn't enjoy a good Snickers bar?
There you go. There you go. But, and of course candy, right? Yeah. And the Trunk or Treat. If you'd like to come down and join that, please do. If you got a vehicle you want to decorate and hand out candy to the kids, just give us a call down at the post. We can probably make room for you. But like I said, Saturday, October 26th, 4:30 to 7 for the Trunk or Treat. And then the next day, Sunday, October 27th, we have a new and revised meat raffle down at Post 85. We do a one table at 3 o'clock that's full of all sorts of variety of meats. And then we do second and third table right around 4 p.m. So come on down to Post 85 for the new and revised meat raffle on Sunday, October 27th, starting at 3 o'clock. And as always, I'd like to mention our service vehicle for veterans. It's a vehicle that we take veterans to their medical appointments. If they're in need of a ride, all you got to do is call 401-766-7585. That's the post number. If you need a ride,
Notice how it ends in an 85.
Yeah, isn't that something? I just realized that. Isn't that something?
I thought you were very clever.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think it was that, believe me.
Well, maybe Rob is clever.
Yeah, maybe Rob was. If you're listening out there, Rob, we just gave you some kudos. But if you need a ride to your medical appointment as a veteran, you just call the American Legion Post 85. What we do is we will take you as a veteran. We will drive you we will pick you up at your house. We will drive you to your medical appointment. We will wait for you at your medical appointment, and then we will drive you home. And this service is all free of charge for our veteran population out there. So if you need a ride, give us a call.
Very good there, Rich. More Coffee In is coming up. This portion of the Coffee In program has been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
For an Allstate agent, providing protection options that fit your life is something they take, well, personally. Allstate agents are committed to learning about your needs and helping customize protection to meet them. From bundling your home and auto insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage, your Allstate agent can help build an insurance proposal that fits your life. And just as important as learning what you need is learning what you don't. Because helping you get coverage you want with savings you deserve is what Allstate is all about. It's time to get coverage that's catered to you. Are you in good hands? Call Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. One telephone number, 765-5000. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
What does it mean that our customers are our owners? It means that we don't have shareholders like a bank. We have owners, like you. And though we don't have traditional shareholders, we do share. We share values, expectations, and yes, profits, in the form of better rates, lower fees, and dividends. Our customers are our owners. Our owners are our customers. Come join us. Navigate Credit Union.
The Woonsocket Board of Canvassers would like to remind you that when you vote in the general election this year, all Woonsocket voters will be asked, in addition to selecting candidates for office, to approve or reject a total of 14 ballot questions. The first 5 ballot questions will be answered by all Rhode Island voters. They're statewide questions. Woonsocket voters will see an additional 9 questions, numbered 6 through 14. These 9 additional questions are charter amendments. You'll be asked to approve or reject each amendment. A vote to approve would mean changing the text of the charter, and a vote to reject means keeping the charter's language the way it is. The 9 questions, in the order they will appear on the ballot, are Question 6, Gender Neutrality. Question 7, Mayor and Council Vacancies. Question 8, Budget Ordinance Passage. Question 9, Providence Plantations Removal. Question 10, Meeting Notices. Question 11, Grant Application Approval. Question 12, Mayoral Term Limit. Question 13, City Purchasing Limits. And Question 14, Oath of Office. See the full text of the question by visiting the Board of Canvassers webpage at woonsocketri.gov.
It is Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Dave Richards and Rich Elena. We got a nice question for get Rich's opinion on something right here. It's one of
my opinion again?
Yes, always, because we have a story today.
An opinion on getting rich?
Yeah, he's for that. But no, we got a story this morning, Rich. Now, because you were a former correctional officer, but you served. Did you do
Keep
maximum
picking on
security
him for that.
No, I did not. I was in a medium security facility.
Well, down here at the ACA, at the minimum security, one of their inmates walked away from the
Went
job.
on walkback, well, and he hasn't come back yet.
And they haven't got him yet.
Well, that's happened quite a bit.
It does. Okay.
There was a quick story about where I worked over at Norfolk for many, many, many years. There's all sorts of classifications to releases and things like that. And the woman that was in charge of releasing probably didn't read her paperwork too well, and they ended up releasing an
Oh, yeah.
inmate long before, and they ended up catching him on a train heading to Boston.
Sure.
About halfway down,
Well, he
halfway
wasn't gonna
down the
ask-
line.
He wasn't going to ask questions. I
No,
remember that
no.
incident.
Bye.
Hey,
See
you
you
let
later.
me out?
right?
Okay, I ain't
They
gonna
give him the
fight it.
money, get on the train over in Norfolk, and he's about halfway to Boston when they
Sure.
Got on the train and
got
said,
on the train and said, "Oh, you got to come back.
You got to come back with us.
You got
Well,
to
it's a
come back.
26
But you just let me go.
26-year-old guy, Joshua Torres. He's doing time on a gun charge. He's got past criminal record that includes burglary, first-degree robbery, and kidnapping. But he's working at the Central Distribution Center warehouse. I'm not sure where that is. It might be near the ACI down there in Cranston. He walked away, and no one noticed. And
Well, they
so
didn't notice it first.
Well, right away, yeah. But now the public has been asked. Anyone with information on his whereabouts, please give the Cranston Police a call. They'd like to talk to him. So, but it happens more often than,
Walk
than
away.
you
So
hear about.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it true? Because a lot of times you hear, you think, oh, maybe that's just Hollywood. But you hear about people, they've been in prison for so long and they can't function on the outside and they want to stay inside. So they do something like this, knowing they're going to get caught, knowing years are going to be added onto their sentence, so they can stay inside.
Oh,
is that true?
Oh, absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They've
That's
been
not a
there.
Hollywood thing.
It's like no. They'll.
Okay.
There's some they know it's their release date, and they'll absolutely do something purposeful just to.
I'm staying.
Just to be able to stay. Absolutely.
Wow.
Hey,
okay.
3 squares.
I
Yeah,
know.
especially in Massachusetts, and I
Yeah.
don't mind saying that either because they're so damn liberal in the state of Massachusetts. It's ridiculous. So they got these beautiful gyms and gymnasiums for the inmates, and
free TV.
they coddle them, and they got Reiki people coming in to do Reiki with the inmate. Just
wow,
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I won't go off on
And how's the
a
food?
tangent here, huh?
How's the food?
Huh? Well, I wouldn't call it gourmet
Great.
style, but they get enough to eat. Let's put it that way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Well, plenty of Edmonds.
Cookies?
Edmonds, yeah, Edmonds
Oh,
bakery product.
pastry.
At least when I was,
Those are delicious.
Intimate.
yeah, Entenmann's. I'm sorry.
All right.
Entenmann's, yes.
Well, and the building they're in is hurricane proof and it's tornado proof.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
They don't need to be evacuated. That
Yeah,
stone structure isn't going anywhere.
No,
so.
no, it isn't Attica. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right. This is one of the most disturbing stories I think I've read in quite a while. Should I read it? Now that I've said I should. And it took place in Connecticut. A woman's in custody after the police found a dismembered corpse and cooked body parts in her Kentucky home.
Ooh.
Torlina Mayfields was arrested Tuesday in Mount Olivet and charged with abuse of a corpse. The police say they were checking out a report of a deceased woman when they found the body along with body parts inside a folded mattress. All right. They also found what appeared to be body parts inside a pot in the oven. Now, it gets even worse because now they're reporting that the body, well, who's the person? And now they're saying it's the woman they arrested, Ms. Fields. It's her mother.
Oh, what a lovely relationship that must have been, huh?
It's just like each sentence gets worse than the last
Jeez.
sentence of what's going on here. I mean, that's all we got. We got 5 or 6 sentences. There's no whys or how comes or what's going on here. Did you like you said? Did you hate your mother?
I would say that's probably right up there on the scale.
But if we're cooking body parts, is there an issue with you getting food?
And I apologize to anybody out there that's having breakfast at the moment.
I know. I've tried to keep it as straight as possible. But it's like this is just so bizarre. Because you just don't come across this every single day. It's like, what is going on?
Good.
Well, that's right.
Good that you don't come across this every day.
And if they find body parts in pots, this is not a mistake. We are systematically chopping things up and putting it into this vessel in order for you to do something with it. So you can't say, "Oh, well, I slipped and something happened," and I didn't mean for the body parts to fall into the pot. Yes, you did. So
there are some strange people in the world.
There are, and you can kind of try to make a joke out of it, but Dave knows a lot of people in Kentucky, and he likes them down there, and you just make fun of backwoods things, and we've been doing this for years, or what's the problem, kind of thing. But all right, we won't go that way. But on the same note, in Queens, New York, a Queens funeral home They're being sued, shipping a body to the wrong country. Oops.
No.
Yeah, a lawsuit was filed in New York State Supreme Court. Says the R.G. Ortiz Funeral Home was supposed to get 96-year-old Carmen Maldonado's remains to her native Ecuador in May, but they were sent to Guatemala. Missed it by, Dave, missed it by this much.
Missed it by that much.
Well, they missed it by 1,400 miles. The funeral home allegedly didn't come clean for 2 weeks when the family saw a TikTok video posted by a reporter that this body has shown up and we don't know who it is, kind of thing. The lawsuit also alleges that the body was too badly decomposed for an open casket funeral. Maldonado's loved ones are seeking unspecified damages. The funeral home has already faced legal action for losing bodies and exploiting customers, so they don't have a very good situation going on with the Better Business Bureau.
I don't know what to say. I'm just like, well, first, I don't even understand how that happens. I mean, what do? You must take the coffin.
The family has got to go to the
and put a like tag on it that says this is where it's going, and you must put it on that plane. And
you have
there's
to
just too much missing here.
You have to tell the funeral home, here's the address in Ecuador. And we're going to spell Ecuador out.
And when you'd think that was ever on the receiving end in Ecuador when that plane landed, would say,
it hasn't arrived. It's not here.
I don't see the box.
Yeah. But instead, and who's in charge of putting it on the airplane?
There you go. All that happy
and the airplanes
stuff.
always tell you, this plane's going to this country. This plane's going to this country. I need it to Ecuador. I don't need it to Guatemala. And don't say, well, it's South America. It's close enough.
Well, that's kind of a disturbing thing for the
family. It is, and it is too bad for the family that has now got to put up with this. All right. Moving away from dead bodies and
morbid
things like that.
stuff.
We'll try to get away from the morbid stuff here. I saw the first commercial for this yesterday, and I said, how come it took so long for a fast food entity to come up with this? And I said, it's not something that McDonald's would do.
Chicken Big Mac?
No. They came up with that.
Yeah.
But it's not something that McDonald's would do.
They've been doing it in Europe for a while.
McDonald's doesn't like to do anything that they don't think of, that they haven't thought of.
That's true.
But my son, grew up and loved watching cartoons. My daughter grew up, loved watching cartoons, and loved watching SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob's job, he is a short order cook.
Right.
All they make is a burger. That's called the Krabby Patty. Okay? Finally, and I saw an ad for it last night, Wendy's has finally reached an agreement, I would say with Nickelodeon. They now offer a Krabby Patty.
And is there crab in it? Or is
no.
Or is that just is that children's TV way of saying the other word?
No. Even in the cartoon, the Krabby Patty looks like a hamburger.
Okay.
So it's a burger and everything else, lettuce, tomato, pickles, and all that. So the big thing is the Krabby Patty from SpongeBob. They're tying it into, it's the 25th anniversary of the show. I guess the show they're still making new ones. So the hamburger giant introduced their new Krabby Patty collab, Kollab. So it's the same thing.
That'd be collaboration.
Okay. So you get the burger, you get, here we go.
It's 2024 speak for collaboration.
You get
because nobody can spell collaboration in 2024.
It's a quarter-pound burger, 2 slices of American cheese, lettuce, tomato, pickle, onion, and a top-secret Krabby Collab sauce.
No sesame seed bun?
I don't know. Does Wendy's offer a sesame seed bun?
I don't know, but Big Mac does, and you just made the list of ingredients sound like the list.
They're also offering the pineapple under the sea Frosty. For those of you who don't know, SpongeBob lives in a pineapple. Under the sea. That's in the first line of the cartoon.
Under the sea.
So if you want a pineapple under the sea Frosty, is a vanilla Frosty swirled with pineapple mango puree. Actually, it doesn't sound too bad. But I just wonder what's in the sauce. Maybe there's bits of crab in the sauce to make it a Krabby Patty. So there you go. Finally, someone tied into it. It had to be a race between Burger King and Wendy's to see who could pay Nickelodeon the most, that we can start using they use the cartoons in their commercials.
Yeah, I guess so.
So they they reached some kind of an agreement. So that's a good thing there, right?
I think I'll stick with my Weber charcoal grill
and make your own.
Make my own. It just sounds like it.
All right. That'll do it, by the way, for the show. So we thank you very
What
much
do you
for
know?
listening.
9 o'clock already, Joe.
Yes, it comes by fast.
Time flies when you're having friends over, eh?
Thanks to Dan Rondo, who joined us all week, giving us updates of what was going on in Tampa. It looks like things are good for him. Everything's good with his business. Everything's good with his house. So
Very
happy
to hear
about that.
I'm
So,
sorry,
thanks
didn't
to
get a
Dan
chance.
Rondo.
3 times he's been on. I didn't get
4
a chance.
times.
4 times.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get a chance to talk to him. One time I've always been out of the studio.
Well, that's okay.
Oh, well.
And thanks to Steve Laramie from AutumnFest Steering Committee for joining us, telling us about entertainment that'll happen all weekend at AutumnFest this week that we'll have on the air. And Rich Lane, thanks for coming in.
Always a pleasure, and just please mark down on your calendars that Sunday, October 20th date for the Vietnam dedication ceremony over at Post 85.
Very good, Rich. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for coming in as well.
Pleasure.
And as always, we'll be down at AutumnFest this weekend. Stop by the TV truck, say hello, and if I'm there, I'll be signing autographs.
Yeah, he can sign your copy of the Best of the Blackstone Valley magazine.
Oh, bring some black Sharpies.
Yeah, we got them. We got them, and we got
Perfect.
boxes of magazines. We still got a few left. Yeah.
Excellent. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do your members at 9:30 here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
A story on the front page of today's Blackstone Valley Call-in-Times by Russ Olivo. Woonsocket police say they arrested an intoxicated man for repeatedly firing a pellet gun in close proximity to other people at Boulay Park. John M. Desatel, 34,